Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Andrew Bottom, and I am the Associate Director for the Global Internship Program at the International Education Office. I'll let my colleague introduce herself as well.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us. My name is Danielle Somick, and I'm the Associate Director for UCLA Travel Study Programs that are faculty-led in the summer.
We are going to be talking today about pre-med, public health, and global health opportunities abroad. We're going to turn off our cameras here during the presentation, but we'll pop back on during the Q&A if you have any questions here at the end of the presentation. All right, so before we get into the meat of our presentation, just wanted to give you a little more information about who we are. So we are the UCLA International Education Office. We're your one-stop shop for any questions that you might have relating to study abroad. We have study abroad advisors and coordinators at our office that you can contact if you have any questions regarding any of our programs you hear today or throughout this entire Global Learning Opportunities Week. We also have the ability to connect you with study abroad returnees. So if there's a program that you want to go on and you'd like to hear from a student's perspective, we can do our best to connect you with someone who went on that program in the past. This is the fourth day of our Global Learning Opportunities Week. So there's been a lot of great presentations throughout the week about our different programs, funding opportunities, resources that might help you to study abroad. There's still more presentations going on today and tomorrow. So we definitely suggest that you go on to our GLOW website, ieo.ucla.edu/glow to check out other opportunities going on this week. And again, if there are presentations that you missed in person, you can check them out on the on-demand section of the GLOW website. All right, so today we are going to talk again about study abroad opportunities in public and global health, as well as pre-med. To begin the day, we'll talk a little bit about COVID-19 and study abroad. I know that's a question on everyone's minds. We'll also give you a little information of what you might have missed in the Study Abroad 101 presentation. And then we'll go really into the meat of our presentation and talk about program examples for health majors. So we're excited to present this information to you today. And again, feel free to use the Q&A tool in the as a part of Zoom. So if you have questions, we will get to those at the very end. So feel free to write those in throughout the entire presentation. All right, so study abroad and COVID-19. So the great thing to note is that study abroad is back. We already have students who are studying abroad this current fall quarter. So we're excited to talk with students about opportunities coming on throughout this entire year and summer. We do have a COVID-19 webinar that we did provide some more specific information about how the UCLA International Education Office is mitigating any sort of COVID-19 risks on your study abroad program. So if you are interested in how we are approaching study abroad amidst the COVID-19 pandemic, suggest going to, again, our GLOW website and clicking on that on-demand section, and you can find the COVID-19 video there. It's a short 15-minute video, but goes more in depth on the measures we're taking to minimize any risk that you might have on a study abroad program. Something to note as well is that due to the pandemic, the U.S. Passport Agency, so if you are a U.S. citizen looking to renew your passport, is pretty well backlogged. It's taking about 4 to 5 months to renew or get a new passport. So if that's you and you need a new passport or need to renew your passport, then we definitely suggest that you do that immediately. Your passport will be good for 10 years, so definitely suggest doing that now. For study abroad programs, you'll need to have your passport valid for 6 months after the date of your programs, after the date your program is completed. So just make sure to look at that, that date of when your passport expires, and make sure that if you do fall in the category of needing to renew or getting a new passport, that you do think about doing that right away.
Thanks, Andrew. I'm going to take over and give you a few Study Abroad 101 refreshers. Hopefully by now you've had a chance to watch our Study Abroad 101 presentation or attend it live. But if not, just want to give you a few pointers and also recommend that you go back to the GLOW website on the on-demand section or on YouTube to watch the full presentation, because it'll probably answer most of the basic questions you might have about studying abroad as a UCLA student. In the Study Abroad 101, we cover what types of programs we have, how credit transfer works, because there's a little bit of a difference between different program types, the cost and funding structures and how that might vary, and any steps you need to take, as well as the application process and timeline. You can see again, here's the link for the GLOW website for reference. In this session today, we're mostly focusing on the specific program options and opportunities as a pre-health or public health or global health minor. So for those specific details, that's what we're going to cover today. Just a quick note on financial aid. You can use financial aid as a UCLA student on a study abroad program as long as you maintain your eligibility. And there are scholarships available depending on your program type, destination, and specific criteria about you as an applicant. So we definitely recommend that you check out the different webinars about these opportunities. In addition, there's actually a webinar this afternoon at 4 p.m. with the financial aid office. So I would encourage you to attend that if you're able to do so, or view it again after the recording is posted to the on-demand section. When should you apply to study abroad? Definitely recommend you start as early as possible, exploring your options and figuring out the timeline for your individual program that you're interested in. It can be as early as 9 months before the program actually starts, and the deadlines do vary. For some programs, it's first come, first serve. And so if a program has already filled to capacity, then you would have to look into other options. But generally speaking, most programs are not competitive. With UCEAP programs, there are a few impacted. Those programs would have notes and give you specific information about how competitive that program is. But in general, most would be available to you. And if you want to apply for programs now, the earliest you can study abroad is either summer or fall 2022 at this point. And there are program applications that are opening now or soon for those different program opportunities. So not too late to go. If you're a senior, you can still do that as well, maybe next summer. We just would encourage you to take a look at your options and figure out the timeline. And with that, we're going to go into some specific examples of the different types of programs you can do. We're going to start with program opportunities outside of your major possibly. So in some cases, students may be looking at a program that's pre-health and you're a biology major, so technically outside of your major. This is a really interesting way to look at it and approach it because it could be based on your career, your ultimate goals as after you are no longer a student. So a lot of programs, is important to note, don't have a prerequisite or requirement for you to be in a specific major. Those that do have any, curriculum background prerequisites would have those noted on the program pages, but you're certainly not limited to studying just in your major. You can look for programs based on GEs, based on a minor, a foreign language that you want to gain fluency in, or if you're like an engineering student, possibly satisfying a tech breadth requirement. So there's lots of different ways to identify the right study abroad program for you. Looking at it from an academic standpoint is just one way of doing that. For the UCLA travel study programs, that's the program that I work on specifically. Those are 3 to 5 weeks and they're offered in the summer. Basically, you have a faculty member from UCLA who travels abroad with you and teaches you 2 courses in an experiential format where they're traveling throughout the city, taking you on excursions, showing you the places that they're an expert in, and also giving you credit in UCLA courses where the grades will transfer back with you and show up on your GPA, and you don't have to do any additional petition process necessarily to have those courses count. So for UCLA travel study, the important thing to note is while we are back for next summer, we are transitioning. Some programs are coming back into 2022. Other programs may be delayed and coming back 2023. So I'd recommend that you check out the website. If you're a first year student, by the time you graduate, most likely all of these opportunities will be back and available to you at some point. We just can't say for certain yet whether they're next summer or the summer after. This is one really great opportunity that I would encourage you to look at if you're a global health minor. It's the global health program in Peru. You spend 3 weeks in Lima and 1 week actually in the jungle, the Amazon, looking at a riverine community where you get to go to a manatee reserve and see a lot of different environmental and health related issues in practice. So you would take 2 upper division courses that count towards the global health minor. And in addition, you would also have a local expert. So the faculty director lives and works permanently in Peru, even though she's affiliated with UCLA. So she's a researcher. She has great connections on site with the local community and with the specific university where you take classes. So this is a really interesting opportunity and a great way to see global health in practice. Another opportunity from travel study that I wanted to highlight for you is the East-West Medicine program in Shanghai, China. Again, another 4-week program with a health focus. Here you have the option to choose which kind of credit you want. So there's global health upper division courses, the same as Peru, but there's an alternative to also receive medicine credit, which is a rare opportunity actually for undergraduates. So if you are thinking you want to be a pre-health, pre-med student and you want to possibly go into med school later on, you could actually have these upper division courses on your transcript showing that you've taken some preliminary medicine related coursework. So you can see here that there's 2 different classes focusing on the Chinese healthcare system and Chinese medicine. So it's looking at a comparison between how the US system addresses health and traditional medicine practices coming from China. This program bases itself around you developing your own health plan, looking at traditional techniques. So you would learn a lot about different ways of promoting your own health using Eastern techniques, including things like Tai Chi or acupuncture. And so you get demonstrations essentially of these different techniques. There's a morning Tai Chi practice that you would pick up during the program. And then during the days, you would go to different hospitals or clinics to do some shadowing and have lectures from experts and practitioners in these various locations in China. And with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Andrew to give you some examples from the UCEAP programs.
All right, thanks, Danielle. So UCAP is the UC Education Abroad program. It's the UC system-wide study abroad program. And so there are opportunities to study abroad in all the different terms around the year. So summer, fall semester, winter semester, spring quarter, year options. So we're going to be highlighting a couple specific global health, public health opportunities for students on this presentation. But I'll talk at the end about how you can research more opportunities that are not highlighted on this presentation on your own. So a few health-based opportunities that are provided to students include in the Dominican Republic, a community public health opportunity, in Ghana, community-based health, food security and development. In Mexico, there's a global health program. Australia and Solomon Islands, there's a Pacific Island Environmental and Community Health Program. And in Thailand, there is a public health program as well. You'll notice on this slide that the program in the Dominican Republic and then in Australia and Solomon Islands are canceled for this upcoming year. But just note that in the future, hopefully these programs will be back. These cancellations were currently due to the COVID pandemic. But again, these are programs that have run for many years. Before we go on to the highlighted programs in Ghana, Mexico, and Thailand, give you a little more information, just wanted to highlight that when you are on the UCAP website, you are able to filter out programs that you are interested in. So you'll see there on the left-hand side of the program filter, you can filter by country, discipline, and term. Regarding, if you click on the discipline tab, you will be able to input a couple different options. And if you are looking for a health-related program, you'll want to click on biology. And then after you click on biology, there'll be a subject header that will pop up and you click on health sciences. So you'll be able to see these programs located there on the UCAP website. There are some additional programs as well that you can find there. If there's like, say, a school abroad that does have specific, interest in health-based, academics. And so there may be some universities that maybe are, you'd want to study abroad at that will have some good health-based courses that I have highlighted in this presentation. So one opportunity is the Global Health Program in Mexico in Puerto Escondido. This is a summer program and students from UCLA who are on the quarter system, you'll be getting 10.5 units. So you'll see there's a Spanish for Health course, a health and community practicum, and then a reflection seminar. So you'll see this program again is based in Puerto Escondido. You'll be speaking with locals about health, nutrition, education, and access to care in their community. In addition to the coursework, you'll also have interactions in clinics. So you'll be in a service placement in a clinic that focus on women's justice, education center for low-income children, or a training center for environmental sustainability. So this is a great program. Again, it takes place in the summer. And as Danielle had mentioned prior, a lot of the summer programs for UCAP are already open, or most of them, I believe, are already open. So something you'll want to definitely check out sooner than later if you are interested. Another opportunity is the Community-Based Health, Food Security, and Development Program at the University of Ghana. So this program, again, is in the summer. You would be getting 10 units. So the two courses you'd be taking are Ghanaian Society and Culture and Global Health and Global Food. So you'll be joining UC classmates in a project-based team learning environment that takes place in a rural Ghanaian community. You'll do coursework initially in the capital of Accra, and then you'll travel to participate with some hands-on activities in some of the more rural villages to improve access to adequate health services, learn about sustainable agricultural practices, ensure sufficient energy resources, and meet other basic needs of the villages that you'll be visiting. So again, another great program that occurs in the summer. And then lastly, we do have a program, again, I mentioned, a public health program based in Bangkok, Thailand. Again, this is during the summer, mid-June to mid-August. This would be for 12 units of quarter credit. So there's a Southeast Asian Language and Cultures course, Mobility and Border Health course, and then the Health Realities in the Border Populations course as well. So in this case of this program, you'll be interacting with people in the need of assistance and meeting individuals providing NGO services. So this program pairs classroom studies with fieldwork and lab opportunities. After you do your prep courses on Thai and Burmese language and culture, so that Southeast Asian language and cultures course, you'll embark on a series of field excursions. So you'll head to the Thai and Burmese border communities to shadow local medical service providers, observe firsthand the public health challenges facing that local population. So another great opportunity for this upcoming summer. And as I mentioned prior, again, for UCAP, if you do use that program finder, there are some other opportunities at universities that maybe have health-based coursework that you could be interested in should you want to study abroad at another location. Global internship program. So this is our summer internship program for UCLA students, which includes an 8-week internship on site, as well as 10 weeks of coursework. So for students who are interested in global health opportunities, we do provide some opportunities for students to get internships, generally with NGOs and nonprofits that would be doing health-based work. So students who are interested in doing a global health internship, there are opportunities currently for students in Bogota and Medellin, Colombia, Buenos Aires, Argentina, Cape Town, South Africa, Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, London, UK, and we also do have virtual programs. So if you are interested in signing up for a global health internship, when you are on our website, you would be enrolling under the Global Affairs Internship Tract. So this is basically the tract for students who are International Institute majors or minors, which includes the Global Health minor. That said, it is open to any students to enroll in. So if you're just interested in a global health internship and you're not a global health minor, you could still enroll in this internship track. Again, 8 weeks in-country internship or online, 10 weeks of online courses. The coursework will include a mandatory International Area Studies 195 CE internship course. This can fulfill electives for the Global Health minor if you provide a petition to the department. There's also an additional intercultural communication in the global workplace course, which is optional. That gives you 4 additional units, and that makes you eligible for financial aid. These are academic internships. They are unpaid, and you'll be working 30 to 40 hours per week for the in-person internships and about 20 to 30 hours a week if you decide to do a virtual internship. The registration begins October 25th through December 5th. This program is competitive, so there are a limited number of spaces. Please note, however, that's not a first come served program. So if you enroll on the 25th of October or the 1st of December, you're treated the same way. You'll be admitted into the initial pool of applicants. You'll attend an advising appointment with an in-country partner. So let's say it's in Bogota, Colombia, with our partners there. And then after the advising appointment, once all the students are done with those advising appointments, at that point, we will be selecting students for the program, usually the first week of January. This program does require a $300 deposit to secure your place in the program once you've been accepted. And I'll hand it over to Danielle.
So thanks, Andrew. With that, we just wanted to point out there's dozens of different types of options. There's options through other UCs. If there's not the right fit through you, we just want to make sure that you find the right program that works for your plans. So these were just a few highlights, places for you to start. And if you need advice or guidance on looking into the other options, you're welcome to stop by drop-ins. We have those available online right now, so you can check the contact us page and we'll show you our information here in a second. With that, I think we're going to move into questions, and let's see if we have any in the question box so far. It looks like not, but if anyone has any questions, feel free to type those in at this point. Give it a second and I'll show you the QR code. If you do want to learn more about our study abroad opportunities, you can feel free to check our to scan this QR code here to join on our IEO listserv. And here's our contact information if you wanted to do virtual advising or follow us on social media for more updates. We're currently available for virtual drop-ins or for an appointment if you need that. So you can contact us at our info@ieo.ucla.edu email. And it looks like we do have a question here. Are there programs that are only in July? It's possible that there could be some travel study programs that would be available only in July, but for health specific, I'm not positive. There may be some through UCEAP, but generally they don't post the exact dates of a program right now. So you may want to inquire with one of the UCEAP advisors or in our advising staff just to check and see if they have any that they could recommend for you. Would you be able to go to that page that listed sample programs through UCEAP? I'll give that a second here and I'll try to pull that up while we wait on other questions. And stop sharing here for a second, just so I can go to the website for you. Are there any other questions?
And I did include in the Q&A also the link to that site that Danielle is going to be bringing up right now. So if you do click on that link, it will take you directly to that UCAP page so that you can then look at the different programs there. But I believe Danielle will be bringing that up here in just 1 second.
So this is the page for UCEAP if you go directly to their website. And then if you wanted to, you can search over here by field of study, region, experience. So there's lots of different ways to search. If you go in under field of study, I believe we went through biology to find it, the easiest way to find it, but it might be in a different format here as well. And there's ways to look for research programs if that's kind of more what you were looking for. So if you go to like biological sciences, it should pull up different things here to give you an overview of different program opportunities. And then if you scroll down, you can get into the search. And then for subject area, I believe is where we were able to find the medicine related or health related. So if you click health sciences here, it'll filter down different program opportunities so that you can review those and find ones that might fit with what you're looking for in more detail. And again, we would refer you back to contact UCEAP advisors directly if you have specific inquiries about a program. And you can also contact our advising team through our office if you need additional support looking through these options. But here's where they give you the prerequisites and different information about the program. Any other questions? Okay, I think that will be it then. If there's no other questions, we can go ahead and wrap up this presentation. Any closing words from Andrew?
No, that's it. So thank you everyone for joining us. If you have any questions for our office, again, please feel to reach out. You'll see that you can contact us at ieo.ucla.edu/contact for drop-in advising or one-on-one advising. You'll see the information there on that page. And we just hope to see you on a program this upcoming summer, fall, or year, whenever you decide to go.